Before we get into the video, I want to thank Merlin over on server 154 for sharing with me this footage. As you all know, I do not have Cleaver yet on Hero Wars Mobile. I don't really want to go there. I don't really want to talk about it, but thanks to him, I can show you some B-roll, some footage of what we're going to be talking about in this video. And I also wanted to mention now, before we get started, that the hero of the month for November is Zisha. In my opinion, that's probably a little quick for her to be the hero of the month, but I'll take it.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, Heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in this video, I want to talk about Cleaver and Peppy and how they used to be versus how they are now. For those of you that are not aware, because you don't have Cleaver yet, Cleaver has this ability called Putrefaction that does an area of effect damage, pure damage, a little bit of damage over time, or a dot, if you will, targeting the entire front enemy line. It also does damage to himself. This self-damage, while at first thought is a nice little downside to the incredible upside of this ability, it actually stacks very well with one of Peppy's abilities, her Boldness shield. Effectively, what happens is as Cleaver does self-damage with that Putrefaction, not only is he dealing damage to the enemy front line with that ability, but also the damage he's dealing to himself is reflecting onto that enemy team for the duration that both Putrefaction and Boldness are up. Now, it doesn't really say it anywhere, but Cleaver and Peppy's shield always goes on to Cleaver in this team up. And this has been one of the classic combos for a very long time. In fact, because one of the two of these combo pieces is the tank, it opens up the ability to basically add any other two-hero combo into this setup. You could do Cleaver, Peppy, or Cleppy. Cleppy plus Kark. You could do Cleppy plus the twins. You could do Cleppy and Satori. You could do all kinds of mixes and matches. Well, unfortunately, that all changed last month when Cleaver got his slight update, his slight tweaking with the introduction of the new hero Zisha. For whatever reason, they changed the skill Timeout of Putrefaction to fire off a little bit quicker. Now you might say, oh, that's great. Putrefaction is happening earlier in the fight. Skills activating earlier in the fight is a better thing because, you know, you can damage the enemy team faster, potentially kill the enemy team much faster. And Cleaver is definitely one of the more offensive of the tanks. Unfortunately, now the first round of Putrefaction does not line up with Peppy's Boldness. Now later on in the fight, they do kind of start to line up a little bit second and third time around. And again, keep watching the B-roll that I have playing in the background to see at what point in the fight that the skills actually do line up. This was the main reason to build these two together. And a lot of people have built this team up and have won a lot of arena matches based on this combo alone. So then the big question is, should we be upset about this? Does it matter that these two skills no longer line up as well as they do? Is this a big problem for those of you that have invested a ton into Cleppy teams? And, you know, on the surface level, yeah, it does suck. It is kind of unfortunate. But then again, Cleaver and Peppy are both Chaos heroes, and they were recently joined by Zisha. And I believe because of the skill synergies and the tribe synergy between Cleaver, Peppy, Zisha, and the other Chaos heroes, I don't think that it's ultimately going to matter. And it's possible that this tweak was made so that Cleaver and Peppy and other Chaos heroes don't become too overpowered, too dominant. It's probably just something to bring them in line. It's kind of unfortunate that it wasn't really noted anywhere, this change. I want to give a big shout out to Tim over on the Hero Wars Mobile GOAT Facebook page for pointing it out, and Loadrunner for these new skill screenshots. These two, plus the video in the background from Merlin, proves to us that this change did in fact happen, and the Cleppy pairing is not what it was, not what it used to be. So then the big question, the next big question is, should you level up Cleppy if you happen to get Cleaver? You know, I think first of all, we should say that Cleaver, while a very strong tank, possibly one of the best tanks in the game, if not the best, arguably, depending on who you talk to, offense, defense, other teams, and all of that. In my opinion, this does bring down my valuation of Cleaver and indeed Cleppy teams. So if you do happen to get Cleaver out of the daily heroic chest, there's less pressure to level him up for one of your main teams. And indeed, he's not really seen very much in a lot of the high-end Hydra teams. So unless you're building a team specifically to counter another team using Cleaver, you might have no need for Cleave Daddy at all. You can absolutely use Astaroth in a lot of the Chaos Tribe teams and be just fine. Peppy hasn't changed. She's still going to be doing insane single target damage. She's still going to provide a nice little shield. She's still going to do all of those debuffs. She's still going to synergize very well with all the Chaos heroes. But Cleppy as a hero combo is effectively no longer, and we're probably going to slowly start seeing less and less of them. Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Do you build the Cleppy team? If you do, who do you pair with Cleppy? Do you use the Kark lineup? Do you use the Twins lineup? Do you use some other lineup that I didn't mention in this video? Let me know in the comment section down below. And on screen now is my original video talking about Cleaver and Peppy from months and months and months ago. It's a little outdated. The quality of the video isn't quite as good, but it's still worth a watch every now and then. Please check it out. Please leave this video a like if you found it interesting and helpful. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.